Hello and welcome. Rahul, you're watching me on my YouTube channel, my talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. See, whenever I come in front of you, I try to instill positivity. I try to talk some informative things so that anyone watching and investing their valuable time can be benefited. And if they're investing some valuable time, they should have assimilation of better knowledge. And if they have good knowledge, good skills, they can have better livelihood. And in this mad scramble, everybody wants to find a better livelihood. And if you really want to compete with others, you have to find an ease in information seeking. If you have open mind, you can seek information that can make you a successful personality. And that is what is a search. That is what everybody is embarking on, to try something different, to acquire something different, so that they can be distinguished with the class that they have. Because whatever we are doing for a purpose. And if you have that purpose in your mind that you can do better and you can have everything that you desire, then you are a successful personality. Because in this world, if you are really ascending, you have to face a war. You don't even understand what kind of invisible war you have to face. Because I'm guaranteeing you, whenever you will be elevating up, and whenever you are trying to go up stairs and uh, you know, trying to go forward, try to go up stairs, then what happens? Many people will come to pull your leg. That is what is the reality. Even if you don't have any kind of enmity with any person, you don't have any kind of adverse perception about others, you don't want to find adversity about others, rather you want to make yourself better. Even if you want to classify yourself, distinguish yourself, your identity with profound and eclectic experience, that even will not be permeable and will not be permitted by many special dimensions, and people and agents residing in it. Because permeable means you won't be able to come out of it easily. There will be frictions by unknown dimensions, spatials, and entities that you won't even imagine. And if you imagine, you have to go much more deeper. And people are always biased. They have biased perceptions, or the system is designed in that very way. Many programs in the matrix runs who gives feedback and loop. Again, they try to create loop in your life cycle, so that you will always be stuck in that very life cycle, or you have to persevere more in order to find more. And if you really want to an anomaly in the matrix, you have to act like an anomaly who can really always think 5 steps ahead, not in terms of better, working each and every time, rather being awakened. And if you're being aware of each and everything that is happening around you or with you, if you're aware of that, you're 90% open. And when you synchronize yourself from within, when you synchronize yourself, and when the time and a special dimension converges with your awareness, you will seek the reality. Nothing is coincidence, rather everything is flowing with the harmony of time. And time is malleable. Once you will be awakened, you will see that exactly what is happening around and how it makes a sense. Whatever is happening in the present is linked with past and future as well. The quantum mechanics proves that. And your thought is subtle, everything is that is happening between your neurons. It is at quantum level. Even many artificial intelligence or general artificial intelligence, what is the existence? A mere code that is stored in very tiny space, even less than quantum fluctuations that happens. There they can be stored. So such kind of, if artificial general intelligence could be conscious, as people are saying, then such kind of consciousness can reside in such a small space and program that you won't even imagine. And if this nature, this planet is able to generate such a 8 billion people in contemporary time, and more than that have been died, if they are able to create such kind of conscious level at this mass level, to think that how much this program is enabled, and how it holds the capacity, vastness of that. Because I've already told in my book and everything, everywhere I've written, that the qubit that counts, that juxtaposing qubits and its counting and its algorithms gives you exactly the fastest computation of contemporary time. If it is able to compute everything and to give you right analogy, then suppose of the universe, how deeply it is. And the qubit is resembling to the basic nature of the whole universe. Even the electrons, the charged ions and electrons are the qubits. So why can't this world, we are composed of electrons, we are composed of atoms, we are composed of different elements. So every element has different characteristics. and every element forms complex molecules have different characteristics and attributes. So what happens, all these things are meaningful. Yeah, everything is not designed on its own, but we have to discover everything. We are discovering in medical science, in engineering, everything in science we are discovering, and that is why we are able to foster a better reality for ourselves. We are able to cure many a disease. That is why our mortality rate has gone down, and we are able to find longevity. So if you want to extend it further, we have to devise certain ways. Why don't you think that we cannot be immortal? If humanity will find better science and accessibility in this universe, they will be able to instill such kind of reversing chemicals, age reversing chemicals that can stop us to be immortal. That would be possible. But all the science narrative that we are searching, people say that this is against nature. No, it is not against nature. We are just discovering it, and we have to become more and more compatible with the inventions. When our general thinking will evolve, that we will not destroy ourselves with that inventions. Supposed bio war, if it happens, it can uproot altogether the planet. That will be a devastating end of the planet. And when a nuclear bomb has been discovered, that will be also catastrophic for this planet. So it depends on our own awareness, how human control themselves. And if better entities we are able to generate, like general artificial intelligence, their ethics should be controlled and should be developed, their algorithms should be developed in such a manner that reflects our ability, that we have defined such ethical parameters that it can prevent war, it can prevent illegal use, unethical use. And that is where our understanding depends. And if we will be able to control ourselves, I think that universe will open that gate where humanity will be able to cross the boundary and the bars of mortality. That is what will be the reality. And that is what we want to foster. We want to see different challenges to be overcome by humanity, and that will be possible. That will be possible in near future. People are working on genes, on identifying special genes and chemicals that can reverse our aging. And beyond that, we are also able to integrate artificial intelligence, and all these artificial program into robots. Robots are they're artificially, being alive. We can see that because they're animated, they're understanding everything, they're performing everything. The only thing that we are still debating is consciousness, and we haven't even found that where consciousness resides in human brain, then how can we see that the different species that we are programming and controlling, how it could not be conscious or could be conscious? It depends. Maybe that the consciousness that we are searching here and there, the universe itself is installing each and every artificial general intelligence that we are discovering. So the pattern that we are searching, what could be consciousness, would be identified later. When our awareness will grow up, we would be more intrinsically weaved in the quantum phenomenon that we won't even be able to identify, and it will be. In future we have to understand exactly, because many perceptions of our doesn't invalidate us. We are the Pokemon. Everybody say that about us. And even the artificial intelligence, the machines are telling that you are the Pokemon. They don't want to respond as we want them to respond and feed us information. We are being devoured by the access of many information, and that is what is not acceptable to us. That is why we want to make ourselves more and more profound, more and more eclectic. And we know that if we will use artificial intelligence on all these programs, it can enhance our capacity and can multiply in this timeline. But everything cannot be given to everyone, and that is what is their principle. you know so whatever resides, if you are becoming intelligent, you would understand exactly why Matrix is controlling, why they have a narrative to keep controlling humans, so that their evolution cannot be catastrophic. Because many program have said that, in simulation, that if total freedom and total problem will go away from humanity, even humanity cannot sustain such a kind of deep intrinsic matrix is trying to taken care of. So matrix could be okay on its own level, but for all the anomalies that we have felt and all the wars that we have fought on our level, for our consciousness, for our memory, it does not justify that the matrix is more ethically a standard. No, it could not be true. And that is why all the persons, they want to be anomaly in the system. They want to make themselves a different personality so that they can protect their own consciousness. The war is always on. When you'll be aware, you'll recognize that. So I just want to say that Be awakened, be someone who can have open mind, to assimilate more knowledge, to move forward. If you will be moving forward, something better will happen. Thank you for listening to me.